I'm Pandemonia. I'm the writer and director of the film The Castle. So the question is, who is Pandemonia? Well, I'm an artist, a multidisciplinary artist, and about 20 years ago I created a contemporary folk figure called Pandemonia, which is myself. And I created it as a way to sort of interact and engage with sort of current day myths and themes, like sort of identities and glamour, and sort of interact with the media as a way of sort of creating feedback loops to film my image in the media as a way of kind of engaging conversation possibly, or just as a way of creating art, a new art form. And I recently made this film Castle as a sort of new venture. Tim Yip, who was the co-director and the DOP, he's not here. He was making, he has a project called Love Infinity, and he's been filming lots of various people around London. And I felt that his Love Infinity project didn't really sort of get to grips with what I was doing. So I said to him one morning when he filmed me, in the Barbican, I said, well, why don't you just give me some footage and I'll make a film? Which is a rather loud brag. So that's sort of how the film came about. And the film, about 6 months later, after some persuasion, I got a directory of clips that didn't really make much sense. So the film was, for me, it was like sort of like jumping into chaos. It was a way of, it was a kind of a journey, almost like an artist's manifesto in some sense, that I had to sort of engage with this footage and somehow construct a story and a narrative out of it, which is quite hard because I had no, what I thought he filmed wasn't what I was given, so it was quite a leap of imagination. I've been making little sort of clips and things on Instagram for a few years. I'm quite used to sort of working with really disparate, low-grade stuff. So I sort of felt I could sort of do it, and I, from what was missing in footage, I just sort of created did it in animation, so I just made it work. And the technique how I put the film together was I just put the clips in the timeline, and I noticed that one thing that was uniform about all the clips was this walking. Pandemonia is always walking, and I started off with this track from Iggy Pop actually called what's it called? Because I think it's called something like I Want or something. It's from the Soldier album. But the first thing he says on it is, I walk around. So that was like the beginning of it. So I used the words, I walk around. And it was literally almost the first thing that came into my head. When I looked at each clip, I wrote it down. And that's what I used to actually sort of construct a story out of. It's a sort of strange way of doing things. It's a kind of like tapping into the subconscious. But then when I got quite far through it, I sort of realised that actually there was a story. I sort of just moved things around a bit. It sort of kind of worked. So, I mean, what is the overlying theme of the story? I don't know really. I mean, it's like a sort of a journey into yourself, isn't it? It's a kind of this mystical adventure and sort of discovery of yourself, I suppose. Well, I think for me, going to festivals is really important because I like to show people the work and show story behind it. You know, it's like I've approached filmmaking from quite a different angle. Like the fact of being Pandemonia, being completely anonymous, it's a sort of, it's a very different perspective I have, and I'd like to sort of share that with people. Also, maybe in film festivals, you know, I might get some opportunities, or maybe there'll be other people that could like to collaborate and maybe make something, you know, in the future. Something where I don't have to do everything, so it's really slowed me down.